monster is so different, but so alike in many ways. Every little monster wants to have friends and be good, know what to do and what to say. 'Cause every little monster has emotions, and they feel sad when they do wrong. Little monsters are like people. They all just want to get along. They all just want to get along.
You're a klutz.
You're so dumb.
You're a klutz.
You're so dumb.
Has anyone ever called you a name you didn't like? What did you do about it? Did you ever call someone a name they didn't like? How do you think it made them feel? In this program, we're going to talk about name calling. We'll show you how it makes people feel and how to tell someone to stop calling you names. So the next time, it'll be easier to tell someone, "Don't call me names."
Stupid head, stupid head.
How does it feel to be called names? Let's find out. One day in school, Kelsey was getting a toy out of her backpack to take to recess. When she reached inside, she pulled it out, but it had broken somehow. Kelsey got really upset.
Oh no, it's broken.
What made things worse is what Susan said to her.
It's just a stupid toy. What are you, a baby? Are you going to cry?
Later that day, Kelsey was walking into the classroom when she tripped, and all of her books dropped onto the floor. Kelsey felt embarrassed, but she felt even worse after Susan said,
You're such a klutz.
Toward the end of school, they were celebrating a classmate's birthday with cupcakes.
These are so good. And they smell good too.
That was it. Susan had made Kelsey feel hurt, embarrassed, and now angry. And what made it worse were the names that Susan called her.
Loser, jerk, stupid head, dummy.
Kelsey and Susan kept calling each other names and pushing each other, all because of name calling. Calling people names can make them feel hurt, embarrassed, and angry.
Now, here are some questions to think about. Has anyone ever called you names? How did it make you feel? What did you do? Have you ever called someone a hurtful name? Why did you do it? How did it make you feel?
You're blue, ugly too. You're blue, ugly too.
Did you ever wonder why people call names? Well, some people call names to be hurtful and mean. But there are other reasons too. That's what Tony found out. One day, Tony was at Joey's house playing. Around lunchtime, Joey asked Tony if he wanted to make a sandwich. Tony said, yeah, so they went to the kitchen.
So, what do you have to eat? We have turkey, ham, and bologna. Well, I like bologna. Okay. Tony wants bologna. Hey, that's funny. Tony bologna.
Andrew wasn't trying to be mean or hurtful calling his friend Tony Baloney, but Tony didn't like the name. But he didn't say anything. Tony was going to meet Andrew and his other friend Joey outside Joey's house.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, you guys ready to play football?
Sure.
Whatever you want to do, Tony Baloney.
Tony Baloney?
Yeah, that's his new name, Tony Baloney.
Tony was getting angrier. He really didn't like his new name. But what could he do? What can you do to make someone stop calling you a name you don't like? Well, you can use your words and tell the person how you feel. Let's see how that can work.
Ready, set, hike.
And it's back to pass. Tony Baloney throws it. And touchdown!
Woo! Touchdown!
Hey, Andrew, I don't like it when you call me Tony Baloney.
How come? It's funny.
Not to me. I want you to stop.
Okay. I wasn't doing it to be mean or anything.
I know. I just don't like it.
All right. No problem.
Thanks.
Well, that worked out well. Tony told Joey how he felt about being called that name, and he asked him to stop. Tony learned that you can stop someone from calling you names by using your words. You can too.
Now, here are some questions to think about. Has a friend ever called you a name you didn't like, but they thought was funny? Did you tell them to stop? What happened?
You're pink, you stink. You're pink, you stink.
Okay, so we've learned that one way to stop someone from calling names is to use your words. Tell them how you feel and tell them to stop. But what if that doesn't work? What can you do then? That's something Ellen learned. You see, Ellen was really good at science. She always knew the answers and got perfect scores on all the quizzes and tests. The kids came up with a name for Ellen, Ellen Einstein. One day at the homework club, after school, Ellen was working on her homework when Jen and Rachel from her class asked her for help.
Hey Ellen, I have a question about our science homework.
Sure.
Since you're Ellen Einstein, I know you have the answers.
I'll help you, but just don't call me Ellen Einstein.
How come? You're so smart.
You are Ellen Einstein.
What's the big deal? It's just a fun nickname.
I just don't like it.
Okay.
Jen asked the question, but even though Ellen knew the answer, she said she didn't know.
I really don't know the answer. See, I'm not Einstein.
Sure you are. You're Ellen Einstein.
See you later, Einstein.
Yeah, later, Einstein.
I asked you not to call me that.
We can't help it. That's who you are.
But that didn't work. The kids still called her Einstein. Ellen told them how she feels, but they won't stop. What else can Ellen do? Well, she can pretend like it doesn't bother her. Make believe she doesn't hear it. Hopefully, after a while, it won't be fun to call her names anymore. Let's see how that can work. Ellen pretended not to hear it. Ellen never responded when kids called her Einstein. After a while, the kids didn't call her that anymore. She pretended she didn't hear them and ignored them. It wasn't fun for them. They got tired of calling her Einstein. That worked for Ellen.
Now, here are some questions to think about. Do you have nicknames for your friends? Do they like their nicknames? What's your nickname? Do you like when people call you by your nickname?
So we've learned that using your words and ignoring the person is a great way to stop people from calling names. But suppose you see someone calling someone else names. What can you do then?
You've got stripes. You've got stripes. Ooh. Hey!
What should you do? That's something Billy had to learn. One night, Elliot, Adam, and Billy were having a sleepover at Elliot's house.
So, what do you guys want to do now? We can tell ghost stories. I know some really good ones.
I don't like ghost stories.
Why? You scared? You could be such a baby sometimes.
I'm not a baby, I just don't like ghost stories.
Ghost stories are way better with the lights off.
Don't turn off the lights.
You scared of the dark too? You're a real baby. You scared of everything.
While Adam was calling Elliot a baby and turning off the lights, Billy was just sitting there. The sleepover wasn't fun anymore. He didn't like what Adam was doing. So what could he do? He could speak up and stand up for his friend.
Okay, Adam, stop. It's not funny anymore. You're being mean.
Oh, just playing around.
Yo, it's not funny for Elliot or me. So stop all the name calling and teasing.
Sorry, but what are we gonna do now?
Let's watch a movie with the lights on.
When you see a friend being teased and the teaser won't stop, you have to help your friend and speak up. Tell the teaser to stop calling names.
Now, here are some questions to think about. Have you ever seen someone you know being teased? What did you do? What happened? Has anyone ever helped you when you were being teased? How did it make you feel? Explain.
So, when it comes to calling names, we learned that some people call names to be mean, and others think they're being funny. But either way, if you don't like it, you can use your words, tell the person how you feel, and tell them to stop. Another way to make them stop is to ignore the person. Pretty soon they'll get bored and stop. And if you see another person being called names, especially a friend, help your friend out and speak up. Tell the person to stop. And remember, if they don't stop calling names, you can always ask a grown-up you trust to help you. Now you know how to say, "Don't call me names."